Hey guys, and welcome to the very first live podcast that we are going to have. I'm going to give it just a minute and let some people hop on, and then I'm also going to test the sound, make sure that you guys can hear me good, and all of those good things. Give me just a sec. So make sure you guys can hear me. Also, you're probably going to hear Chris in the background. He's watching the game. He is watching the Kentucky and Florida game, so you're going to hear him. Let's see here. I'm also going to put a poll in the chat as well because I'm very curious of your guys' thoughts of whether or not you guys think that Austin and Catherine have an open relationship. So tonight on the very first episode of the live podcast, if you have not already, download the SoundCloud app and go like Stories of a Chubby Chick with Morgan Shea. The very first episode of that will be up tomorrow. So if you do not want to miss it, be sure to go and download the SoundCloud app, all of those good things. So every Saturday night from now on, we are going to be doing a live podcast with a topic that you guys choose, and how you vote is by following me on Instagram, and I will ask you guys, what do you want to see in the live podcast, and you guys will vote for that. So one of the most requested, my thoughts on, that you guys have ever wanted is on the Ace family. And I have to say, out of all family vloggers in general, the Ace family is probably the most controversial. I mean, let's be honest here. We've had scams involved with charity. We've had, relationship scandals where when TikTok became a thing, it was almost like every single day a new girl was coming forward with something to say about Austin. We have Cole Kerrigan's video that he did. We have what Tana Mojo came out and said. There is so much that has come out about this family, not only to mention them setting up their own house robbery, etc. So tonight we're going to break it all down, and not in any certain type of timeline or anything. We might just do kind of categories maybe, and you guys can tell me what you guys think about them in general. So far we have 100% yes on, do we think they have an open relationship? So with this relationship, it goes one or two ways. Okay. Either people think that they have an open relationship, or they think that they're broken up altogether and they just stay together for their brand, right? Because the Ace family is a brand. Regardless, when you get on the internet and whatever name that you use, that becomes your brand. So not that they really have any sponsorships anymore anyways. I'm sure no company is really working with them, but like, that's their brand. If they were to ever salvage what they have left, like, and they had companies actually reach out and want to work with them, the Ace family is their brand. So it is possible that they could just be staying together to save the brand. I don't think that they're staying together for the kids. I do. Okay, I'm skipping ahead here. So let's start with the scams, okay? Let's start with them literally asking their fans. So let's start with the basketball game, the charity basketball game. I think this is what started it all for them as far as scams goes. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what started it all, is when they went on their YouTube channel and said, "Hey guys, we're going to have a charity basketball game." And they were having their fans donate, and there was supposed to be a chance for a fan to actually play in the basketball game in one of the charity events. I can't remember if it was the first or the second one, but a fan was supposed to be able to play in the game, and it ended up just being another like influencer. It's very sus. And they hold up a check and they're like, "Yeah, this is what was donated," but it was nowhere near what it was supposed to be. And then Austin and Catherine go on live or something, and they're like, "Yeah, guys, duh. We had to pay for the venue, and we had to pay for food, and we had to pay for a first responder to be on the scene in case anybody got hurt, and etc. and etc." Which is fine, but if you are doing anything for anybody who has ever done anything for charity, which I have. I've worked with many different charities for overdose awareness and different things like that. When you are raising money, you are very upfront in the beginning of part of this money is going to go to the event. And you let the people who are donating know that information and know so this much will go for the event, the rest would be donated. Do I think that part of the donation went into their pocket? In my personal opinion, I do. Because if you are doing something for charity, and I know this with just small events for charity, most things are donated. So most venues will donate the space. Most first responding first responders a lot of times is who you're going to end up paying if you have to have some type of first responder there. But like for the most part, everything else is usually donated. Like just and you're talking about the Ace family, and you're talking about a huge event that has a ton of big names attached to it. There is no fucking way that shit was not donated. There's no way. With all of these names, I'm sorry, that's the one that I'm like, I do not, there is no way around it. You can't tell me otherwise. I live in a super small town where we have super small charity events, and literally everything is donated down to like this chairs that we sit our asses in, like everything, the napkins, everything. So you can't tell me that however many influencers who are in a charity basketball game, you have all of these huge names, and you had to pay for everything. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. You all literally get sponsored to go on vacation. You get a sponsor to take you on vacation, but you're telling me that you throw a charity basketball game and you had nothing taken care of. You had to pay everything out of donation. I'm not buying that. Not buying that. So, when it comes to their actual scandals with scams, I think that I believe every word of it. Allegedly, hypothetically, I think that they scammed. Allegedly. Okay, we have 50% yes now. So for those of you guys who think that they are not in a open relationship, do you think that they are just together on camera? Do you think that the relationship is only for their brand? Answer that for me in the comments. If you said no to the poll in the comments, we got 75% no now. Okay. So if you said no, tell me why. Do you think it's because they just save face and they're just together like for the brand? Yes, they got an open relationship. Okay. People are confused by the poll. Okay. Because I personally think that they're not in an open relationship. I don't think they are. I think my personal opinion is God, there's something on my back, guys. Hold on. I feel like something's stabbing me in the back. Hold on. Ooh. I hate this thing. I took it off after I did my podcast. But anyways, I think that they are together on camera to save their brand. That's what I think. I don't think that they are in an open relationship. I think that when it started, he was fucking around, and obviously Catherine caught on. There's no way. Like, literally for like 6 months when COVID first started and everybody was on TikTok. Everybody still is on TikTok, but I mean when like it became like the thing at the beginning of COVID. There was like a new girl coming on TikTok every single day coming out about how they had had sex with Austin. So I I just can't buy that. Like I just don't buy it. So now we're going to talk about their relationship because that is the biggest tea of it all. Like women in everyday life who aren't on social media, their boyfriends cheat on them, husbands cheat on them all of the time. And a lot of the times they catch their men cheating. So I want you to put yourself in the situation where you are a family vlogger, okay? Meaning that yourself, your spouse, and your kids are all on the internet, right? You have millions of subscribers, millions of followers on social media. You are the top family vlog channel of this time, anyways. You have so much opportunity to fuck up. Okay. And you chose to go out and sleep around on your wife. Okay. This woman probably receives thousands of DMs a day because the thing about Austin is when he has had affairs on Catherine, it is not on the DL. Like this motherfucker goes out and about with other women, like out and about. So we're going to talk about some stories that I found on TikTok, and you are free to search these stories yourself. Some of them have been widely covered on YouTube by other drama channels, and a couple of them I didn't hear anything about until I was looking on TikTok. One of which, shout out to my friend Katie who sent me this TikTok, and this is what got the conversation started. Was this actual TikTok here? So the TikTok that my friend Katie sent is this girl, and she's talking about how she was flown out. Now, this is a common factor in almost all of the stories. These girls are flown out to somewhere aside from California. There's Miami, where things went down, which is the Cole Kerrigan situation. We're going to talk about that. There is Houston, Texas. We're going to talk about that. There is California, but it's up in Northern California. It's not in Southern California. There is New York City twice. And that is what we are going to talk about today. Are those situations. So let's talk about first the TikTok that my friend Katie sent me. So this girl was flown out to Northern California, and this girl lived in Mississippi. Okay. And she DM'd Austin, and she admits in her TikTok that she DM'd Austin. She's, DM'd him on Instagram, and she commented on, and she shows screenshots. She commented on their relationship and how, she just longed to be married and have babies and all of this and that. That is what this girl sent to Austin. Austin then replies to this girl and says, "Do you send nudes?" Something to that effect, like, "Can you send me some nudes?" They start DMing on Instagram, okay? The DMs turn into text messages, which I'm pretty sure that Austin has like some type of texting app. And I'm pretty sure, just after all the things that I've gathered, I'm pretty sure he has a second phone. Most influencers do. They have like their actual phone, and then they have their business phone. And then a lot of influencers that do like OnlyFans, they have a OnlyFans phone or a Snapchat phone. I'm pretty sure Austin is no different, and I do think that Austin has a phone specifically for whores. I'm not even kidding you. I think he has a phone specifically. And the issue that I have in a lot of these situations is, again, we are talking about a very, very, very public couple. Okay. So these girls that are going and meeting with Austin, it is a power dynamic that This is the problem. These influencers do not understand and they do not take into consideration what their power really does. When you're talking to someone that is, and people have their own opinions, but YouTubers with millions and millions and millions and millions of subscribers are celebrities, okay? They can't just walk around willy-nilly, okay? They're gonna have people approach them. A lot of them have to have freaking bodyguards anymore. They're celebrities, okay? They may not be A-list, but they are on the list, okay? And you start DMing a fan or someone who reaches out to you, the power dynamic is already off because the person that you're talking to, they are not a celebrity. They are an everyday human being. And anytime that you get a DM from a fan, it should be, "Oh, thank you so much for, supporting us, and you'll get that one day. You will have a family one day, you'll have kids, whatever." That's what he should have said. But the problem is, in all of these situations, allegedly, he starts having conversations with these girls and it leads into a meetup. He flies them out somewhere. So they talk and talk and talk and talk and talk in the DMs, and he ends up flying her out. Now, when he flies her out, they get together and she says that they did not have sex. There was no sex involved, but that he was very flirtatious and that he said that himself and Catherine weren't a thing. And that was her exact words, "We're not a thing." So she was under the assumption that they were just doing the relationship for their brand, which is what I really do believe as well. And they continued to talk, and she ended up getting her TikTok completely removed. Removed. When I was doing all of the evidence for this actual live podcast, I was like, you know what? I'm going to save this TikTok to my actual phone. So I went through the link that my friend sent me, Katie sent me. And when I clicked the link, it was like, you know how it pops up the little blank, like a blank account. If you've never had like opened a blank account on TikTok, it's literally like a TikTok account, but it's completely blank. Like it's blank. Or it'll be a whole white screen and it'll say this is unavailable or content unavailable or something like that. So I was like, her TikTok is removed. How convenient, right? Because there has been a lot of talk that when these girls have come out and said stuff like this, that actually Catherine has went out and gotten their Instagrams removed or TikToks removed or whatever. I don't know if that's true or not. That's alleged, but that's what I've heard while I've been gathering information. By the way, if you want some real hot tea on the situation, I didn't even know of this site until all of the stuff came out with what was her name? I didn't even watch her, but I watched some of the drama videos on shoot, I can't remember her name. But anyways, lolcow. Who was the YouTuber who had that huge scandal with lolcow? I can't remember her name for some reason. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't. Anyways, we're not going to sit here all night while I sit here and think about it. It's going to bother the shit out of me. So if you know, please comment it. But anyways, I was like, I wonder if there's anything on locale, because after that whole thing happened, I've just scrolled through and just read things, and there is a shitload. So it's very weird. It's a weird site for sure. But if you're ever bored and you want to like creep show art, yes, creep show art. If you're ever bored and you want some shit to do, go scroll through Relocal. That shit is fucking like, what the hell? Anyways, there's a lot on Locale, and then there's a lot on Reddit as well about the situation. And so, yeah. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Anna, so much. So the next one that we're going to talk about is the Cole Kerrigan video, which if you have not seen that video, He deleted it, but it has been re-uploaded to YouTube several times by other people. And I went and rewatched it again today. I watched it when he uploaded it originally, but I went and rewatched it again today just to make sure I had all the facts straight. So he uploads this video saying that he's speaking for a friend that is basically she was embarrassed and ashamed of the situation and she was scared and she didn't want to go and speak publicly about it. Now, this involves several different characters. So we're going to be talking about Austin in this situation. There is going to be the friend of Cole's that we're going to talk about, and she had a friend. There's going to be Cole. There's going to be an NBA player. There's going to be Austin's dad. There's going to be Austin's assistant. And then there is also going to be, who am I missing? I think that's everybody, right? The friend. Yeah, I think that's everybody. So this girl and Austin had been texting, like they were actually texting in the phone. Again, allegedly, my opinion is that he has a phone specifically for this. She was also in contact with the assistant of Austin as well. And the assistant was like sending her links, like they were being flown out to Miami. So this was during the whole Miami fiasco. This is the situation we're talking about. So, Keemstar. That's the other person I was forgetting about. Keemstar is involved in this story. So Cole shows text during this video. In the video, he shows text between the friend and Austin and the friend and the assistant. And in these texts, the girl at first is like, the friend is like sending pictures to Austin of different friends. And in those texts, you can see him approve of a friend to bring. Okay. They are going to be flown out from Anaheim, California, and they are going to fly to Miami. So there's text to prove when they got there, where to go, where's the plane. There was links to the yacht that they were going to be taking. They get to Miami, everything's fine. They end up renting this huge mansion. Everything's fine there, and then they go out for the boat day. This is where shit goes down. Is Chris a UK fan? I live in Kentucky and I love the Cats. In this situation, he has money on Florida, but he's just freaking out that Kentucky is winning right now. But he only put money on Florida because he thought that they were going to win. But that's crazy that is crazy that Kentucky is beating Florida right now. If you live in Kentucky, you should be so proud right now, for real. But you're probably going to hear him in the background because he's in there like, what the fuck? Anyways, back to a really, this whole story here with this friend is very triggering. And we're going to be talking about some very, very, very touchy subject matter. So if you are triggered by rape, sexual assault, anything like that, please click out of this live. This is not going to be the live for you if you are triggered by anything like that. So they go on the boat day. Now, after the boat day, they go do jet skis, go on a boat, apparently a yacht. And they come back to the house and they all decide to take showers and change to go out. The girl says that she gets they're like taking their clothes off to get in the shower, her and her friend, and they hear someone come into their room, and it's Austin. Now, I am not going to go into detail of what happened because allegedly the girl was on the phone with Cole in this video. Allegedly. I don't know if that was her. Okay. We have no proof of that. I do want to always believe every single victim, period. But I there is no hard evidence in his video of the situation, and regardless, it's just not my story to tell. So there was sexual assault involved. Cole ends up showing photos, screenshots of their bed sheets with blood on them. And he says he got a call of his with his friend who was there with Austin, and she is in hysterics. And she claims that it was the security guard was standing outside of the room. Austin and his dad and the NBA player were in there with them. And that was who all was involved. I tried to see if I could find a name on the NBA player, and I couldn't find it. Now, Cole did provide pictures and screenshots in his video of Austin's dad in Miami when they were there. And I was able to find those photos as well. And from what I can tell, they are not photoshopped. I do not think that they are photoshopped, but I don't know that for sure. But these girls were absolutely traumatized. They ended up staying the rest of the time. They hid out in their room and flew back. And that was that story. Now, the problem with this is originally Cole and his friend had went to Keemstar. Well, Keemstar had came to them apparently, allegedly, and said, can I interview you both? And the girl was going to interview. I felt bad for Catherine because she married a downgrade type of man. But as time goes on, they are a great match for one another. I feel like Catherine knows exactly what's going on. In my personal opinion, I really truly do feel like I don't feel like that they have an open relationship. What I feel like is that they're together for the money. They're together for the brand. And keep in mind, you guys, their brand is their money. That is their bread and butter, is their brand. I think that that is the reason why they are together. There is no distraction, Scott. You're fine. But Keemstar reached out to Cole and said, hey, let me share this story. Let's get this word out, whatever. And Cole was, he was like, well, I'll talk to her and see if she wants to do it. And she decided to do it. They contact Keemstar. Everything's good for the next day for them to have the interview. They never get the call from Keemstar. So Cole and her just assume that Keemstar has all the information he needs to release a video. When the video never gets released, because I remember Keemstar tweeting about this video. I remember specifically that there was supposed to be the video released, and the video never got released. So Cole messaged him and said, how much did they pay you to keep your mouth shut? And Keemstar said 500 grand. Now, this text message, this screenshot has been very controversial because a lot of people said that it was a Photoshop, like it was not a real screenshot. And this is where things get sticky because I don't know. Of course, if Keemstar accepted 500 grand, of course he's not going to be like, yeah, guys, I did. I accepted it to keep my mouth shut and not share the story of a sexual assault victim. Of course, he's not going to say that, right? But don't you guys also think that it's funny that Keemstar also takes up for Gabby Hanna, who literally is a rape apologist and has done so much mental damage to what do we think? I think that's is it a coincidence or is it, I don't know, guys. I think that's kind of strange to me. Don't you guys? I call an artist. Yeah. They do. All of this is all about money. The problem is that nobody believes Cole. Nobody believes Cole. Everybody thinks he's a liar. He has no credibility. Like, it literally could have been anybody else on the internet. And I think a lot more would have come from this story. But because it was Cole, this story really didn't get the coverage that it should have. It should have gotten a lot more coverage. There should have been some actual repercussions from this. I do too, Anna. I really do. I really do think, like the Ace family, this is my personal opinion, which I can legally say on the internet. I do think like this whole thing is orchestrated, and they've been together apparently since they were young. You know, how often do relationships that you have with someone when you're young, do they work out for the long run? The only ones that I know of is Laura Lee and Desi Perkins. Straight up. Like, they just don't work out all the time, and that's fine. You grow, you evolve. But what happens when you have babies together and you build both of your careers around your relationship? What happens then? I mean, look at DK4L. Look at De'Ara and Ken. Let's talk about that for a second. Okay, a year or two ago, Ken got accused of having cheating on De'Ara. I say affair because it's a fucking affair. They lived together, they shared a career together, cars, they shared a life. Okay. And they got on their YouTube channel and said, no, this isn't true, whatever, whatever. They stay together, and fast forward, and now they're broken up. Now they're broken up. Now they're doing their own thing, and they're having to rebuild their channels separately. That's just further proof that it can be done. You're just not going to have the subscriber count off the rip that you once had. That right there just goes to show how money hungry they truly are, because there is no fucking way you can tell me to my eyes that Catherine and Austin are in a happy relationship. There's no way that I can believe that, because then you have the Tana Mojo story from TikTok. And I'm sorry, I just do not think that Tana, say whatever you want about Tana, but I really don't think that she's going to make up a story like that and put it on TikTok. I really, really, truly, truly don't. Okay. At all. At all. She says allegedly, which I'm going to continue to say through this live to protect me, but allegedly, her and Jake and Austin were in the car. Okay. And they were coming back to drop Austin, or no, they had all been riding together in Austin's car. And then Austin dropped Tana and Jake off back at Jake's car. And Jake and Tana are on the way to their house, and they get a call from Austin, and he is crying. He's boo-hooing. And apparently Catherine went out and immediately checked the car, looked in the car to see if she could find any evidence, and found a lipstick. And Austin had told her, oh, that's Tana's. So she was calling to confirm that that was Tana's lipstick. But Tana said, no, it was the girls. He always has girls with him. It was the girls. Tana also said allegedly that her friends were hired by Austin. And she says friends, as in plural, were hired by Austin to be nannies to his children, and he had sex with them in this very same TikTok. And also in this TikTok, she apologizes to Catherine because Catherine asked Tana, woman to woman, was my man cheating on me? And at the time, Jake, was like, Tana, it's your lipstick. And Tana said, I'm sorry. Bottom line, which we didn't even cover the fact of them faking their house being broken into. We didn't even cover that. Bottom line, at the end of the day, okay, If you are going to get on the internet, whether you are going to post whatever content you're going to do, at the end of the day, the most important thing that you can ever do is to be yourself, to be you, and to be honest with your audience, regardless of anything else. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Okay. Be you. Just be truthful with your audience. Your audience will stick with you, but be honest. Like, you are so visibly all about the money that it's unfucking real. You are so visibly not in a relationship that it's unfucking real. Unless you are with a small chance, which it's looking like about what? What is this? 43% of everyone who's been in this live tonight has said that there's 43% chance that you're in an open relationship and that you both agree to this shit, which I don't believe, because Catherine has repeatedly went online and said, "Oh, all of these are rumors. I'm so sick of the rumors. We're so in love, blah, 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 blah." Just, just, that is not a fact, Jack. Okay. When you have a new girl every single fucking day coming on TikTok, going on YouTube, going on Instagram, and talking about how they fucked Austin, at that point, the gig is up. You know, at that point, enough is enough. And this is my complete thoughts on this family. I think that their main and only concern has always been the God Almighty dollar. I think from the very jump, I do think that there is a small, minuscule chance that in the beginning of their channel, they were actual, genuine people. I will say that that's a very small percentage of me that believes that. But I do think for probably 97% of their YouTube career and online career, I think that they have been money hungry, and that is their concern. I don't think their audience is their concern. And this is where they cross the line, because they continue to try to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, and they think that everyone's stupid. And that really is the reason for the fall of the Ace family, is because they treated their following like they were stupid. And that is really where I truly think that is what caused the Ace family to fall. I really do. I've watched a ton of videos on YouTube of the fall of the Ace family. Why is the Ace family no more? The truth, the family vloggers, the Ace family. I've watched all of these videos, and there's, they're going through bankruptcy because they lost all their sponsorships. Well, yeah, that's the almighty dollar. Isn't it quite funny that when all of the sponsorships run away with their tails, with their tail between their legs, that the Ace family is nowhere to be seen? Where are the videos? It's the almighty dollar. And that is the reason why a lot of these YouTubers aren't as successful as they once were, because all they fucking care about is money. Yes, this is their job, right? They have to have sponsorships to survive, to be able to eat, to be able to pay their bills. But when you put money over what your actual truth, as in, oh, our relationship, it didn't work out. It didn't work out, but we have kids together, so we'll still do videos together. How hard is that? How hard is that? You know? I have a lot of opinions when it comes to the Ace family, and my main one is I think that they are probably the fakest two people on the internet, and that is saying a lot. That is saying a lot, and I do think that they are super manipulative to their audience, especially considering that they do have quite a bit of a young audience to be a family vlog channel. And that's super, 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 super heartbreaking, because these kids do not need to witness that and think that that's okay. Because the truth of the matter is that kids these days are on technology. That's just the facts. And if they see you on YouTube and you're presenting to be this happy couple, and then they're scrolling on TikTok and they see a young girl talking about how Austin, did all this stuff to them, flew them out to another state, da 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 da, that gives that person, that child, that person a whole new vision on life because they look up to you. So they're going to see that as cool or okay, and it's not. Bottom line, these influencers just really need to be better people. And that shouldn't be something that we as viewers have to ask of the influencers that we make their careers. We watch their shit. Bitch, if we weren't here, who the fuck are you? Honest to God, if we walked away today and signed out of youtube.com, we deleted the app YouTube off of our phone and we never came back and we all never viewed another influencer ever, never. Bitch, what are you going to do? There's only so many of you who have any talents, true talents. I know I sure as fuck don't. I have 800 fucking subscribers. If you guys walked away right now, I would be fucking devastated. I would really be fucking devastated. And I'm working 2 jobs to be able to do YouTube the way that I want to. I watch YouTube just as much as you guys do. I follow the people that I like to watch too. If we all walked away today, they would be fucked. They would be actually fucked. And I don't think that they sit down and think about that enough, about how grateful they should be for their following. And as someone who has watched YouTube for literal decades and envied influencers and wanted this so badly for myself, there is no fucking way in hell I would ever take my subscribers for granted and to fucking treat them like they're fucking stupid. That is like the biggest fucking slap in the face, is to treat someone like they're fucking blind and, like they're stupid. Like we can't visually see what's going on. And like we're so stupid, we don't know what's going on between you two. Like a goddamn cricket could know what's going on between you two. It's ridiculous. Anyways, that is my rant on the Ace family. I hope you guys did enjoy this first ever live podcast. Be sure that you do subscribe and turn your notifications on, because the live podcasts on Saturdays are going to be at night, but there's no specific time. It's just whenever I get done filming my UK wins. Yay! I had money on UK, so period. Like Catherine and her shady face cosmetics line, Austin and his how to be a millionaire classes. I know it's like what the fuck. It's literally like what the fuck. Like every time I see some shit that they come up with, I'm like, no. Like, no, I don't want to learn how to use money with you, Austin. Okay. And I definitely don't want to buy your skincare, Catherine. Bet against UK myself if I had the chance. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Be sure that you do download the SoundCloud app and like Stories of a Chubby Chick. First episode will be out sometime tomorrow. I do still have to edit it. I went back. Basically, I was editing the sound, and there was a part of it that I was like, I don't really fuck with it. So I deleted it and I went back and filmed it. So I've got to re-edit a little bit more. So it will be up tomorrow. There will also be a YouTube video up tomorrow. It will be part 2 of the cruise ship stalker story. So be on the lookout for that. Down in the description box, there is going to be links to my social media if you would like to follow me on a more personal level. I will say I am least active on Instagram. I don't know why. It's just, I don't feel like posting a goddamn picture every day. You know, it's just not something that I want to do. But I am active, very active on TikTok and Facebook primarily. I don't know. I don't know. I go live on Facebook. I don't know. So if you do click the Facebook link, though, just do keep in mind that you have to send me a friend request and I'll have to accept it. So it might take me a day or so, but typically I go through them pretty quickly. Also, there are links to my PayPal and Cash App, and I have been asked about this a lot. I had subscribers ask if they could support the channel. And there have been several of you guys ask me to do a Patreon. I just don't feel comfortable having you guys pay a monthly fee to watch those videos. So I decided to do the podcast. And if you guys would like to support the channel in any way, my PayPal and Cash App is down there, but it's not something you have to do. That's what I would rather do instead of having you guys pay like a monthly membership fee to watch my videos on Patreon. I just don't feel comfortable with that. I would rather, if you guys want to support the channel, that's fine. It's down there, but if not, that's okay too. It's only going to be there until I get monetized on this channel, and then it will be no more. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you all for joining me. Again, be on the lookout tomorrow for the very first episode of Stories of a Chubby Chick on SoundCloud and tomorrow's video. I love you guys. Have a fantastic Saturday night. And until the very next time, bye, y'all. Now for the awkward moment when I end this video.